Hey everybody, welcome back to Starfyre Gaming. I am Sir Joseph, and this is Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, episode 109. We are just waiting for the Queen to arrive so we can do the area underneath Dresden. We've pretty much explored every place we can explore, so just kind of running around, hitting random encounters, that sort of thing. We're going to go to Perula Falls just to see what's anything's changed with them. Ah, well. We can't just head to Perula Falls, evidently, because, yeah, we can't. Now, there is a tower here that we can try to take, but it's a level 10 army, which we don't have a level 10 army anywhere. And that'll open up, like, this area here. That's, yeah. And these are level 9, level 10. Doesn't even tell us what level this army is, but I'm sure it's pretty big. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Let's go down here. Fight! Make sure no extra pathways have opened up in different locations. Voracious Naufschnee.
I will prove my worth. I will resist!
We will be victorious!
Oh, nice hit.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
And you missed. Just gonna get our front line up just a hair.
That's how you hit them.
Wow. That was... I'm not sure how you did it. It was a one-shot kill, but I'll take it.
Prepare yourself!
Gonna wait for them to come to us. Alright, that. There she is.
The light take you!
After a couple of rounds, it was like, alright, she's not coming to us.
Desna, guide my hand!
You won't survive
A lot of
me.
these, we don't really need the whole gang. At this stage, I'm sure when they up the ante on the random encounters, it'll be a lot tougher. But for now, pretty much the archers can take care of everything right now, which is very nice. Keeps the damage and destruction done to the party more to a minimal. Also, it saves on our spell slots and our consumables, which I'm sure we'll need down in
Let us be off.
the caves underneath Dresden.
We cannot be defeated.
Got a little too close. Tried to inch forward a little bit closer, but
Make your peace.
Well, at least I went after Joseph. Yeah, let's throw this one out.
Forward! Endure this!
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Let's throw snowballs now.
I will resist. Disappear.
Begone, fiend! We won't falter!
Alright, the only person they heard is Joseph. He's got that regeneration thing going on. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just gonna do the loop around here. Oh, there's that level 8 army we're gonna fight now. Alright, let's see, what do we got? We got Brox, Naufschnees, Cultist Mages. Well, we don't want Cultist Mages doing anything particularly nasty, so we're gonna hold on there. Alright, and again. I mean, it wasn't a bonus attack, but it was a nice thing. Let's go ahead and shoot these guys. Alright, the level 8 army is kaputted. Well, what do we got here? Oh, more Heavenly Warriors. We're not doing Xanthirs. Don't need to do that, so let's do some more Heavenly Warriors. Alright. Check out our armies. Level 8 armies there. See, I just level 8 to 8. I got some archers now. Might be better, easy, more even match. Might not be. And we'll bring the rest of these Hell Knights over. Okay, there's a couple level 7 armies here. That's a long trek for these guys. It's part of the issue. Marauding demon armies, you got to be careful. Get too spread out with your defensive armies, and man, where are you gonna go? Let's move that way, though. All right. On the move. Oh, we are really high on the corruption, so let's not do that. Let's just go ahead and teleport to Dresden. Go take a nap in our comfy room. As soon as we get to our comfy room, there we go. Just take a moment, go talk to our friends, see if anybody's got anything new for us.
To hear you Hell Knights talk, it's like you think everywhere should be run like things are in hell.
Hell is the ideal we are striving for. Being similar to Cheliax would be an acceptable intermediate stage.
Yeah, Regiel is here. Let's go talk to him. Irabeth. He's so tiny. Disappear. Let's talk to Irabeth first, see if she's got anything new to say. Nope, she does not. He does not. Been a while since we tried to talk to everybody, so we're just gonna hit them all real quick. Because waiting for the queen. In prison, Half Measure Tavern, Temple, Barracks. Let's go to the Half Measure Tavern. Phi and Greyborn. I don't know if Phi's going to give us any info, but nope. moving on. So we chat with Greybor. See what he has to say after since we've slayed the dragon. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here that we didn't talk to that guy about. Huh. Well, let's talk to him. I want to know more about you. I know what you're asking. How did someone like me end up in these lands? A warrior without kith or kin, or godly blessings, or a crusader's mantle. Many have asked the same thing. Tell me about your past. I was born in Dragomark, the city of thieves, murderers, and poisoners. I soldiered for a while, served in the infantry under Jalor Klovesh. Didn't take long to realize there are two types of Daggermark soldiers. Reading, it's hard. There's the dumb thugs who need to be bossed around, and then there's the venturous lads who use the title to do murder and extortion for hire. You can guess which ones I fell in with. I knew the rule of the game. The wealthy ones called on me to solve their problems or get a leg up on their competition. Then I got into a quarrel with an officer, and I left the service and became an independent contractor. It turns out, outside Daggermark, there's a lot fewer specialists who fit my profile. A proper assassin can get paid pretty well. The job took me all over Avestan before I came here. You had your reasons. I didn't really like the other two options. A wave of relief crosses Greybor's face, which he attempts to conceal behind a cloud of pipe smoke. Usually, that's when people tell me I've got no honor because I chose a career of the assassin over serving in the army. I'm glad you're not like that. Do you have a family? Many people don't brook trade with assassins. The family I'm from are honest merchants and loyal worshippers of Torag. But now they think I'm dead. They'd be appalled if they found out how things really stood. The dwarf grows grim, and his strong teeth clench his pipe until it cracks. As for my other family, I got one of those too. On my travels, I met a woman, fair and kind. For her, I lay down my weapons, got a house, became a simple city dweller. We had a daughter. We lived like that for a year and a half before the road called me back. I loved her, but that life, it was like I was being buried alive. I was ready to kill myself just to end the torturous meaninglessness. Only the road could cure me of those thoughts, but for some reason I kept going back to that house I once lived in, to the woman I once lived, to the daughter I don't even really know, and who doesn't know me. I watch from afar. I don't have the right to return to their lives. Mora, my daughter, I don't know what she is to me. The biggest mistake of my life, or the greatest mark I'll leave on the world. Feel sorry for you. Sometime we have to pay for love with suffering, or regret. Greybor looks at you piercingly and then speaks in a trembling voice. At least you understand. What brought you to the World Wound? The dwarf shrugs. There's lots of good jobs here, and not many competitors. A lot of dangerous demons, and every one of them has gobbled up someone's son, wife, or best friend. And who do they come to for vengeance? To the Crusaders? They're bound up by their orders, and they lack the necessary skills. The people who hire me don't want to wait until the crusade ends, if it ever will. That's where I come in, ready to deliver targeted vengeance today for a generous fee. What's your opinion on the crusade? I'd lie if I said I see much difference between me and the Crusaders. Times now aren't like they were during the First Crusade. Nowadays, the ranks of the Crusaders are filled with fugitives, opportunists, exiled nobles, fortune hunters, and lads who just plain love carnage. And all of them should thank the gods that the world wound is still open. Otherwise, they'd be busy with robbery and murder. And when they meet me in the street, they'd not be wearing noble scowls, but taking off their hats and addressing me as Sir. Yeah, I don't necessarily like the normal stat answers because they're all not true. I mean, you've seen all the stuff we've dealt with as well. Sounds logical, although not many Crusaders would agree with you. They have the right to their opinion, just as I do. You've satisfied my curiosity until the next section of questions. You know, you're the first among my clients to ask such questions. Tell me about your craft. Like a master of his craft, I could talk for hours about the subtleties of my trade and my finest works. Or would you prefer to test me yourself? What's the most important thing in an assassin's work? Greybor chuckles. The first rule of an assassin? Bring the head back with you. Seriously, though, tactics and equipment are what matters. The winner isn't the strongest, but the one who strikes first, so long as that's also last. When I get a job, I don't rush into things. Let the victim know they're being hunted. Let them reinforce the guard, trust no one, and fall into paranoia. And only when the victim is exhausted, at the end of their tether, do I come in to wish them sweet dreams. It might sound funny, but believe me, no one's laughing in that room. Are you haunted by remorse? Not at all. I've met a lot of good people, but many of them had a generous price on their heads. Everyone is a thorn in someone else's side. For some reason, folk imagine the good lads have fair right to ruin the lives of bad ones, and not the other way around. But it's only the morals of the majority that determines who's good and who's a villain, and those morals shift every day. I've been to so many different places, talked to many different people, and the morals were different everywhere. Again, all the alignment-based questions just don't quite match with this character, so I hear you. Greyboar nods, satisfied with her calm reaction to his words. Good. Unlike many, you don't preach to me about how terrible my craft is. You must value your reputation a great deal. Greyboar nods dignity with dignity. Wow. Of course. In my line of work, reputation is everything. It keeps away the random fools who are looking for a fight, and the right people know I can be trusted. Anyone who has no care for their reputation is no better than a frog-eating kobold. There's no doing business with those hacks. The best you can do is use them for a job and then kill them afterwards. Whereas I, as a professional with a name, demand respect from the client. Tell me about your best murder. Murder. The most difficult one was a professor at the Clockwork Cathedral in Absalom. The very existence of the wizard mechanic was a secret, and almost nobody knew his face or his name. Hunting him down was a symphony of violence and hard tactics. I had to sneak through his secret underground palace that looked like a wind-up dollhouse put together by a psychopath. No rational mind could have invented such intricate traps, and there were mechanical cutlass spiders everywhere. They nearly took a finger and an ear. The professor was a dangerous bloke. Day and night he wore a deadly mechanism as a sort of armor, which made him look like an 8-legged, steam-spewing winged monster. But I came prepared. A tomb raider from Oricion had taught me how to avoid the traps. And I opened up his armored suit with a lick-toed goblin sword. It's not even a sword, more like a giant can opener. They used them to pull fallen knights from their armor and devour later. But I digress. I tore open his armor and saw his true form. Don't ask me what it was. I'll just say it was very unexpected. The mechanic went berserk and attacked me with incredible force. He was too much for me, and I had to flee. The fool thought he'd won until he realized I'd reassembled all of his traps into a giant death machine. 2 minutes after I escaped, the place turned into a cloud of dust. Without his immaculate armor, my mark was sent on his merry way to, well, I suppose he's on a plane for broken golems and music boxes. Do you worship any of the gods? It's my family's way to worship Torag, but he's not my god. Many craftsmen venerate Torag, and I consider my work a craft, but Torag's priests also say that he abhors murder. Either way, I name another god as my patron. Norgorberger. Norgorber. That's probably how that's pronounced. The god of dark and unlawful actions. He and we have an understanding. Norgorber Blackfingers is my patron. Unlike many of the other gods, he himself was once mortal, which makes him honest. His teachings are built upon the grim truths of the streets that raised me. Norgorber will not try to fool you. He will never demand that you achieve perfection. After all, everyone knows that he is not perfect himself. Countless psychopaths and other scum worship him too. Butchers who've conducted mass murderers even call him Father Skinsaw. Ugh. Boneheaded street vermin thank the Grey Master for a bunch of coin they've managed to wrest away from a passerby. And of course, the most despicable of all, those who praise Norgorberger as the reaper of reputation, those disgusting rotten rats, politicians. I have no more questions. If you have any more, come to me. I have some experience and I'm willing to share. What do you think of your new powers? The dwarf glances at his hands. They're strong and firm and abnormally lean for his race. A nice bonus. My career is in for an upturn. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll pull off a truly mythical job, a deity or demon lord, or something of that sort. Do you like working for me? After some thought, the dwarf offers you a slight smile. Yes, I like you, Commander. You don't keep me from doing what I do, you don't try to preach to me, and you act with precision and competence. I respect that. I want to know about your last client. He decided to remain anonymous. but I suspect his name is Willidus. I'd already struck off a few lesser demons for him, and later, in Canabras, a stronger one. And in the battle for Dresden, the client insisted I kill the demon with a dagger he gave me, and tell the wretch that Willidus said hello. According to my client, one stab would be enough. But it turned out differently. The demon survived, a stain on my reputation. I don't know why he got it wrong. Simple incompetence, or did he set me up to fail? Either way, I'd love to have another chat with this Willidus. We can stop here. Or there. Greyboar nods silently, then focuses on lighting up a freshly packed pipe. All right. Heading out. Okay, there's a bunch of normal dudes. We don't really need to talk to them. We'll go into the inn, see if there's anybody there. Then we'll come down and talk to Ember. And then we'll come down and we'll talk to Windog, Lan, Sela, Aria Shulia, swing up, hit Woljif, hit Psoziel, Darien, Camellia, and then head out. And we'll see what time it is. Come on, mouse. Behave. Take a peep up. A peep? A peep upstairs. A pop upstairs. Nenio's upstairs. Chat with Nenio. Ah, boy, there you are. Very good. Just in time. You will be delighted to know I need you for an experiment. So, the Grey Garrison stands roofless. Roofless. Demons are running for the hills with their tails between their legs. Mendev's queen, what's her name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Ah, yes, Galfrey. Oh, she remembers Galfrey. Is scurrying to and fro, and all this is somehow connected to you, my loyal follower. Thus far there is no scientific evidence of your exceptionality. If one discounts blind faith in divine intervention, which I do. We people of science refuse to believe in the inexplicable without any proof. We are the ones who explain the inexplicable. Nenio punctuates her statement with an energetic sweep of her arm. And therefore, open your mouth and say, ah, for me. Sure, I'll open my mouth. Ah. Nenio peers into your mouth with a practiced eye. All right, your throat's fine. Tongue looks perfectly normal. Your teeth, she sniffs. The smell is in line with the regular functioning of a digestive system. Now for your teeth. She sticks one hand in your mouth and probes each of your teeth in turn with the skill of a seasoned dentist. No detectable alterations. By the way, did you know that many individuals, while being wholly civilized representatives of their race, still have an amazingly powerful bite? As if suddenly recalling something, Nenio promptly pulls her hand from your mouth. Are you really trying to find a correlation between fang length and civility? Nenio seems slightly embarrassed. For the good of science, I look for correlations everywhere and in everything. How can I prove there's no correlation if I don't bother to look for one? Say nothing. Moving on. All right. What do we have next? Ears. Let's check your hearing. Testing! Nenio yells right in your ear and nods in satisfaction as he observes your reaction. You hear fine. Or your hearing is fine. Was fine. But don't worry, it's scientifically proven that it should return to normal soon. Next. Nenio circles you. Eyes are clear, posture is satisfactory, limb length is standard, no lice. She stops, rubs her chin in contemplation, and in a slightly dejected tone says, Boy, you are the picture of health. It's a pity. I was expecting to find some anomaly. Well, now let's assess your mental state. Imagine, hypothetical situation, you are a tree. Two squirrels have found their way into your hollow and are now copulating there. What do you do? I do precisely nothing because I am a tree. An unconscious act of withdrawal along with a lack of trust in your own abilities, or perhaps just a healthy dose of pragmatism. On with the next question. Another hypothetical situation. You are a tomato. You have just been picked from the vegetable patch and put into a crate. You know that today the cook will use half of the tomato from you to create a soup. What do you do? If I'm going to be eaten, there's not much I can do. That's the fate of a tomato. Uh-huh, uh-huh. An unconscious act of submitting to the unspoken rules and laws underpinning the functioning of the universe. Yes, it is all quite clear to me. Unsustaining adherence to the law and complete indifference to everything else. Your manner of judgment also reminds me of an Aeon. Perhaps you are somehow related to that race. On that note, I deem this experiment complete. Thank you for your participation. Nenio looks at you pensively and then gestures at you with a wide sweep of her arms. And yet, you remain a puzzle to me. I love puzzles. One of these days, I will solve you completely. Unless I forget. Oh, by the way, I have another assignment for you. So, the experiment. Nenio gestures excitedly. I still need some supplies for this one. Boy, bring me a bottle of alcohol. Any will do. And please, hurry up. Science can't wait. I brought a bottle of alcohol for you. Nenio snatches the bottle out of your hand and stares at it with all the covetousness of a seasoned alcoholic. Here it is, my path to learning the true values of humanity from the perspective of the lowliest man on the street. She produces a corkscrew from one sleeve and looks at it in bafflement, then at the bottle, then at the corkscrew again. After which, she hands the bottle back to you. Open this! The experiment definitely won't work if we don't open it. Do you always carry a corkscrew up your sleeve? Don't be preposterous. But I am always meticulous when it comes to preparing for my experiments. I plan for every eventuality, Nenio sighs. All right, I admit it, that's not true, but I have truly prepared for this particular experiment. What's this experiment going to be about? I'm taking a huge risk with this experiment. I'm putting my reputation, my good name, and even my future on the line. With the help of this bottle, I will lower myself to the level of the average man on the street. and I will try to understand the mentality of someone wholly devoid of intelligence. You surely know, maybe even from personal experience, that alcohol dampens mental activity and its capacity for stupidity. With a brain like mine, alcohol is the only way to find out how it feels to be an idiot. You're talking as if you never tried alcohol before. I haven't. I never saw the point of it. So you're asking me to be your drinking buddy? Not at all. I'll do the drinking alone. Your role in the experiment will include standing here and providing me with a visible reaction to my inevitable temporary degradation. All right, let's get started. Well, let's begin. With a steely resolve of a warrior going to his last battle, Nenio takes a big gulp straight from the bottle. Ack! Whoa! Ugh! That's disgusting! After she overcomes the urge to vomit, she looks at you with teary eyes. How do you all drink this? I'm doing this. For the sake of science. Another gulp. Ugh! That should be enough. Ugh. Now, am I stupid yet? Quick, ask me something smart. Is there an overland route from Astavan to Tianxia? Of course there is. It passes through the crown of the world, a northern continent known for its extremely cold climate. By the way, did you know that most of the guides on the route from Astavan to Tianxia are taciturn, sulky, and ignorant individuals? They seem to enjoy using the phrase, shut up, more than other people I've encountered. It would seem I'm not drunk enough yet. Nenio takes another swig from the bottle. Right. Seems to be working. Now, I need to come up with an idea right now. I usually have a ton of ideas. Let's see. Descari and Baphomet. Their anti-Crusader alliance is not effective enough. They need to unite their forces on a physical level. Baphomet needs to mount Descari and ride him into battle. 2 in 1. Yes, the experiment was successful. I am definitely drunk. She takes another gulp from the bottle to confirm her condition. So, how does it feel to be drunk for the first time in your life from a scientific point of view? Terrific. I have definitely become more stupid. More than that, I am as dumb as a box of rocks, and right now, I don't give a rat's ass about science. Wait, I think I've got it. That's how men on the street see science. They don't give a rat's ass about it. Who cares if there's an overland route to Tianxia or not? Tianxia is over there, Nenio says with a vague wave of her hand. Whereas the bottle is right here, where it belongs. I hope you're satisfied now. Incredible! My intellect never stood a chance in this battle with alcohol. And what is most striking, this fact doesn't bother me at all. It feels like all the thoughts in my head just went poof and disappeared. My thirst for knowledge, my desire to prove myself, they're all gone. My mind is so calm, it's actually a little frightening. I simply must describe this condition for my encyclopedia, but I'll get to that later. I just don't feel like it right now. You're not gonna drink like a fish from now on, are you? What? Of course not. How could you think that of me? Me, the greatest scientist of modern times. Nenio stares at you blearily. Fine. Maybe. A little bit. Sometimes. No more than once a year. And only if no one sees me. I've got a reputation to maintain. Congratulations, I guess. Now what? That is it. The experiment was a success. Just a moment. Nenio stares at you with glazed eyes, shakes her head, and exhales loudly. Then she meets your gaze again. Her eyes are crystal clear. All right, I'm fine now. What was that? What was what? A moment ago you were drunk as a skunk, and now all of a sudden you're stone cold sober? Is that so? Nenio looks at the bottle in her hand, thoughtfully licks her lips and nods. It seems that is indeed what happened. Clearly, I decided to forget the incident entirely, because I no longer need this information. Excuse me. What I need now is to write an article for the encyclopedia about the influence of alcohol has on one's marvelous individual mind. So you can simply forget that you were drunk and sober up. Just like that. I have simply blocked the deleterious effects of alcoholism from my mind. To put it in basic terms, I just forgot I'd consumed alcohol. The mechanism is similar to the one that I use to get rid of irrelevant memories. It's not overly complicated if you know how to do it. Your abilities are just amazing. What? What were we talking about? All right. Happy I could help. On behalf of future generations, I formally thank you for your assistance in this monumentous experiment. Now I have time to answer your questions. Come and ask away. Oh, there's a lot more reading here. So, you are a kitsune. Nenio tosses you a skeptical look. So, the obvious does you no credit. Or stating the obvious does you no credit. How does it feel to suddenly remember you belong to another race? It is slightly unusual. No more than that. Knowing this fact does not help me write the encyclopedia, therefore it is useless. Therefore, I was right to forget it. And to forestall your next question, no, for now, I'm not planning to forget that I am a kitsune. My abilities can help you, my loyal follower, in your fight against, whom are we fighting again? Right, the demons. Nenio gives you a magnanimous look. So, how much I appreciate your see how much I appreciate your assistance, boy? I'll stop torturing you with questions for now. Yeah? What are we talking about? Are you sure you really want to meet the mysterious entity we know nothing about? I am. I am convinced. Think about all the knowledge hidden there, in the emptiness. It seems to me that this event is certain to be a triumph. The experiment of the century. No, of the millennium. She looks away. Or maybe it will become my downfall. A complete fiasco. Here's the deal. If the mysterious entity decides to gobble me up, run as fast as you can while it's distracted. Tell all of Galorian about the heroic death of its greatest daughter. Tell them she perished, but that she never strayed from the thorny road of knowledge. Nenio sniffs and wipes a tear from her eye. I like Nenio. I have to go. I'm not even upset she calls me boy. All right. Ember. Well, we talked to Ember since we rescued her. Ember is bobbing her head and humming a tune. She greets you with a carefree, cheerful smile. Her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off again into the distance. The people in the city seem to like your sermons. Are those sermons? I just tell people things. Simple things. Anyone can figure them out. People are much cleverer than me, but they listen to me and say thank you after. I probably just have a pretty voice. How are the former Baphomet cultists doing? You know, this cult did very bad things to them. They made them hurt and frighten each other and themselves, and then lied that they didn't have a way back. They convinced them that their only choice for a sinner was to sin again. They are much better now, but still, their souls, inside they are like my hands, all burnt. Besides, simple city dwellers who weren't in the cult don't understand them at all. They say things to them. Maybe it's even fair, but it just makes everything worse. Some people don't want to believe they've repented, as if they want them to go back to the demons. But some feel sorry for them. They ask questions and listen. Those conversations make them feel better, and others might listen and not fall for the same thing. You see how good it is that you didn't kill them? Thank you. All right, I have to go. So go. Chat with Lan first. Nothing new from Lan. Chat with Windwog. Oh, tons of stuff with Windwog. Looking about cautiously, Windwog watches the people around her, obviously displeased. But the moment she sees you, a sweet, deeply respectful expression appears on her face. Master, may I tell you again how happy I am that you spared me and allowed me to serve you. I hope you learned your lesson back in the caves. Yes, Master. I put myself entirely in your hands and humbly hope that under your leadership I will be able to gain true power and become worthy of your respect. It is all I dream of. Are you used to your new powers yet? Oh yes, such incredible power. The gift of demons can't compare to it, just as the demons themselves can't compare to you. I have a few questions for you. I accepted you as my leader and followed you to the surface. I have no secrets from you. Ask me anything, Master. You used to think Hasilla was your leader, but... Ah, Hasilla. She was a nobody, and I was never loyal to her. She lacked the true power you have, and I'm only willing to offer my obedience to a true leader. How can I trust your words? Master, you defeated me, grabbed me by the scruff of the neck, and made me face my own weakness. I will remember that lesson forever, and will never again dare to stand in your way. Please give me a chance to prove it. Allow me to kill a dozen, 100, 1,000 enemies in your honor. What do you think of life on the surface? The ways of uplanders seem strange and even silly at times. But if a hero like you, Master, was born among them, I am ready to become one of them and adopt their way of life. Don't you regret the things you've done? All I regret is that I didn't realize your true greatness from the beginning, and that I dared to fight against you. Everything is clear to me now. Windwago nods, obsequious, that word right there that I can't pronounce evidently, because reading is hard. I have to go. I won't waste another moment of your precious time. There were more things that she... Nope. All right. Sela. Well, nothing new from Sela. Erua Shalia. Drawing her ruby eyes away from passerbys, Erua Shalia looks at you. It's good that you're here. Shall we be silent together? Do you like silence? I used to talk a lot before, and all of it was a lie. My words ruined so much. I like silence more now. All right, have to go. I'll be watching you. Sounds far creepier than she means, I'm sure. Ah, spin the map. There we go. Wool Jiff. Hey, Chief. Want to talk? Yep. That's enough of that. Nothing new from him. Let's go to Deeren. There you are. I thought we weren't supposed to talk to him about that stuff right now, so we're not going to talk to him about that stuff right now. And then Camellia. Hello, my friend. You know how much I like calling you that? Of course you do. Ha ha ha. All right, nothing to do with her. Visit me again soon. You don't want me to start missing you. And let's end with Soziel. We're right about that hour mark, so this would be a good place to stop after we get done talking to Soziel. In Soziel's drawing, Anivia is wearing a sundress and standing on a riverbank. There are flowers in her hair and a dreamy smile on her face. So weird. I don't remember the last time I wore a dress. Anivia pulls at the leather strap in her armor musingly. I'd like to, again, later, when the war is over. I think it will suit you. Thank you. Anivia smiles. For a moment, her face is carefree as a picture. Soziel, I need to talk to you. Yes, Anivia, if you'll excuse me. Can I keep the drawing? Of course. Commander? Nothing. All right. My pleasure. All right. Well, with that, let's call it here. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I have been Sir Joseph. You guys have been awesome. Until next time, stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you later.